Hello there, this is Tim. I'm here for a quick review about Looper, the movie that came out, I believe, a week ago or so. I watched it just a couple hours ago of the day and really enjoyed it. I was really impressed with the filmmaking, really impressed with the acting, and it was a fun experience. So let me just dive into some spoiler-free things about it. First off, it's a time travel based movie, and it reminded me much of Terminator, how time travel works in Terminator. That kind of feeling of time travel and what it all means there with that. What really struck me with this is just how great it was as a movie that's unique. This movie is not a remake. It's not something that you've seen before. This is a novel concept. This is a new story, a new idea of these loopers which kill people sent back to them from the future, and they themselves, when their contract expires, have to kill themselves, future versions of themselves, and that's where this story takes off, where something happens when the main character attempts to kill himself, and that's where it proceeds from. And there's all sorts of questions that come up as you watch this film. Questions about, who should die, who should live, and the whole system of this futuristic world. So what did I like about this? I like the acting. I like the adventure of it. I like the concept of it all. I really enjoyed the character developments. There were some very interesting just relationships that were developed, and even the humor that was in this film was striking. It's not a funny film, but there are funny moments, if that makes sense. And the ending was just perfect. It really was a perfect ending. And with all that said, it was not a perfect movie, but it was one of the best of the year in my mind. Not the best of the year, but one of the best. It's up in that list there. So the middle had, I felt, some slow parts. The pacing was very well done, but I did notice a couple of times where I felt it should move a little bit faster. But that might have just been my initial viewing, but initial impressions would have me believe that pacing could have been improved. But overall, I'm impressed with it. I'd recommend seeing it. One thing that struck me is the music, very empty. Not a whole lot of music in the background. The filmmaking is done mostly with sound. And that's a significant thing to note, that the music wasn't used as a crutch. It was used only when necessary. And really good filmmaking, and I'd encourage you to see it. So either Blu-ray, iTunes, or DVD when it comes out, or I saw it in theaters, and it was a great experience. So go out and see Looper. Well worth your $8 to $10 or whatever dollars it will cost you to see it. That's all for now. I'll be back for future reviews and videos. Stay tuned.